was really the city's commitment to the state that they would make Greenfield Avenue a gateway to the school, because to go to the school before that corner was developed, you really had the feeling like you were going to the other side of the earth. The railroad trestle was a complete barrier, and the land on the other side was a complete terra incognita. Nobody went there. Nobody knew what was there. The problem then from my urban design hat perspective was that the trestle was a barrier, and we needed things to signal and to connect one side to the other. And so the fountain was both a marker on the corner, a gateway element, as you know, traditional urban design vocabulary, but it was also meant to be one of a pair of fountains that would mentally connect the two sides together. So actually at the time that that fountain was built, a second fountain, the sculptural pieces for a second fountain were fabricated for the entry to the School of Freshwater Science. And it's been hung up in state bureaucracy ever since, but sooner or later we're going to get it installed, and you will have brother and sister talking to each other across the divide. So that was the urban design idea, that it was a sculptural marker. Demonstration idea came from my relationship with my friend and inspiration in this, Herbert Dreiseidel, who's a German artist, and I would say the premier ecological waterscapes designer in the world right now. And he had done a very famous park in Berlin called Potsdamer Platz. Potsdamer Platz was built where the wall came down when the city was reunited. It was the largest redevelopment project in Europe in the 1990s. And he did the waterscape for it, which was essentially a small urban lake and a series of fountains that were all powered by stormwater off of this 6-block area. All of these big buildings had underground parking. All the parking had unused corners, and all the corners had cisterns built into them. So all of that water is stormwater. Berlin has very similar problems to Milwaukee in terms of managing stormwater. And what makes it uniquely German, and what Herbert pulled off there, was that it doesn't use chemical treatment. It uses natural filtration and wetland plants to clean the water. And so that's really what I was trying to demonstrate with the fountain at Freshwater Plaza. It does not use chemical treatment. Those planter boxes that spill water out and that by the end of the summer should be filled with lush wetland plants, those are sand filters that water is pumped up through from below, comes up through the sand, comes up through the roots of the plants. The roots of the plants and the microbes that live on them consume all of the biological, the nutrients, you hope, take the phosphorus out of the water to some degree and keep it clean. And that recirculates until it all evaporates or the next storm comes. But it's both a buffer from the sewage district point of view. It's a big shock absorber that the cistern and the pool itself holds a lot of stormwater after a rain. And then it's a filtration system to keep that water active and aesthetically enhancing the environment between rains.